welcome back. This is the third card in the March kit in the box, and this one, I love this one. I just think it's cute. Thanks, you're spectacular. Love it, absolutely love it. Okay, so what we're going to need is our Poppy Parade. We've got some craft card. We need some white. There's a die cut thanks. I'm just going to have a quick look and see if I have already prepped myself some tacos. I have, so I've only got to do one for you, because otherwise you're going to get very bored with me very quickly. Okay, so let's get trimming, shall we? And then we can work everything else out from there. So, first of all, we are going to take pieces of craft paper down to 10 centimetres wide. Whoops, a daisy. By 14.4. So you've got one for the inside, one for the outside. Okay, so that's that bit. We're going to need the Poppy Parade. If you put that in portrait and cut that at 10.5, turn to 14.9 and score. Sorry, I was just double checking my brain. Then there's nothing worse than thinking you are scoring and actually you are cutting. So next, I want, how wide is this? It's wide enough. So I want to cut a piece of card that is 10 centimetres by 12.5. So if you've got the piece, no, sorry, 13. I do hope nobody's just cut that yet. So 10 by 13. So if you had the piece that you'd not long just cut your 8 centimetre strip off, you're laughing. So that will be here. And then we will cut insert as well. It's a 10 centimetre square. So I'm going to cut this at 10 first. And then background to 10, so we're saving some card. So that insert, and then we've got some trimmings of some other bits to do, but we will sort those along the way. Okay. So before too much ends up on the desk and we get everything ruined, I just want the piece of craft card that's going to go on your front. And then I've got the dark basic black marker, blend, sorry, for this speckling. So I think I'd done that one actually once I'd already made the card because I felt it needed something. Forgive me, because I've got the camera right where I need it not to be today. And this gets messy, so I would always advocate you do it before sticking. Let's see, now my dimensionals have got it on, which is why we did that first. Because if you get anything else on the desk, it's just going to be a mess because it goes everywhere. Okay, and pop that to one side. If you bring back this for the minute, we're going to want the Memento ink and our nachos. And we are going to create this background, okay? And it's just lots of repeated images, and it's all about moving them around and just making it so that they're all different. There's no right or wrong. It's very much random, which is why anybody is able to do it. My 6-year-old loves this kind of crafting. And in fact, because this was her stamp set, she's getting a kit too. because she was very keen to know what Mummy was making with it. So, although I'm not going to lie, her cards will be pre-cut for her. Because as much as she do love a bit of crafting at 6 years old, that's still asking a bit much. And don't worry about these kind of mishaps. They won't be noticed once you've covered everything anyway. It's just about making it look a little bit funky and fun. Okay, so what I haven't got ready is my tacos. Where's the bit that we've just trimmed off there? Let's put him on there because I wasn't prepared. Sorry, I've just realised I'm off the screen again. It's my number one trick, isn't it? Okay. So, all I did with these is very literally, where is it? So a light soft so saffron is the base for every nacho. And I know it kind of seems a bit tedious, but there's no DSP that goes with this. And I wanted something that coordinated. So why not make your own, hey? Not wrong with that. I think I may have cut this too big, actually. No, I haven't. Just seems bigger at the minute. Because what we are doing is prepping as well. So half of this will be used on the next card. Because it was a happy accident when I was making it. I think I just had some scrap on my desk that I started playing with. And that's how all the best things happen. That you're just having a play. And it goes somewhere nice. And you'll see, I'm not being overly precious about where the colour goes. Because actually the focus won't be on the nachos. It's just nice to have something on the background. Whoops, she says. She goes entirely off the paper. So maybe have some focus on it. Never mind. Oops. Missed those ones under my fingers. So that's really in no time at all covered the page with some colour. And you'll see where those there. Shall I try that one again? Where the dots are, I've used my Dark Daffodil Delight to just put down a little bit of shading. And again, there's no, it's not perfect. It's just roughly over the dots. Because actually, since when have you seen seasoning on the nachos evenly dispersed? But it just gives a little bit extra. And Stampin' Up! Are really helpful in giving you some spots to focus on. It wasn't until I'd finished making them the first time round that I noticed that I'd missed a couple and I had to go and fill them back in. because once I'd seen it, I couldn't unsee it. So no doubt, by the time I've done this, you'll all be screaming at me because I would have missed one solitary nacho. But hopefully I don't. And if I do, hey, it's handcrafted. Nobody said it was perfect. As long as it was made with love, that's the intention. There we go. So, what we're actually going to do is cut this in half. So on your long edge, the 12cm edge, did I say 12 or 13? 13, we're going to cut it at 6.5 and save a piece for later. Okay. So what you'll see when I can find where the original one is. So this is our nachos. We've got our background. We've got our sentiment, apart from these, and some nachos. So nachos, when I find it, I did in exactly the same way. So the light so saffron, whoops, a daisy. And then a bit of dark daffodil delight on there. And then blend that in a bit more. And then granny apple green. I've since seen, this is the light she's saying, let's double check, yeah. I've since noticed that actually some of these can be tomato, so this can be a tomato, but I had already coloured mine all green. So kudos to whoever was intelligent enough to spot that. And if you wish to do yours as tomatoes, fill your boots. I hadn't been so observant. And so I'd missed that memo. But hey, it still looked cool. So I went with it. I'm not going to lie. There we go. And in Blue Peter fashion, I have got one here. The only difference was that he had his moustache stamped on. So you'll see how easy these are to fussy cut. I just didn't want you to have to keep sitting and watching me colour and cut, because I know that can be quite tedious sometimes. And if you're not keen on that, please fast forward. I'm not clever enough, unfortunately, to have bookmarked the videos. I will learn, I promise, how to do it, but it's on the to-do list. So what else do we need? We need our strips. So how I did those, sorry, hopefully I've poked all of these pieces out of yours, but if I haven't, I apologise, because it frustrates me when it's like it too. So we will need, this is some strips of So Saffron, Poppy Parade, and then this is the avocado paper that we have just used. So Poppy Parade, and then So Saffron. So we haven't used a saffron card yet. So what I will say is to pop this in the So Saffron, pop it in portrait, cut off 10.5 centimetres, so that you know you've got a card base sorted. If you lob off a bit of the wrong end, then you'll have a wafty card in your next one. So if you do 1.5 centimetres of So Saffron, again you'll see it is a lot thicker than what it looks like I've used, it just gives you something to hang on to. 1 centimetre of poppy braid. I'm sure that's 1 centimetre. Phew, yes it is. And then 1.5 of the granny apple paper, purely because, again, that will give you something to stick onto on the back. So that should be all of our trimming done. She says she hopes. Okay, so let's get some of these bits together so that they're not all over the place. Oh, I lied. There's bits inside as well, isn't there? Yeah, don't worry, we'll get to those in a minute. But for now, you've got your plain piece of craft card. Aye. That's the thing, we're filming these late. For the insert. And while we're there, we should also have our 10. Oh, I've done it as 10. I didn't mean to do that, sorry. So this should have been 9.5 by 10. Just so that it had a little bit of a border on there. So it's quite a weighty card. So if you're sending this anywhere that is going to need to be posted, I apologise profusely. It was all in the name of art. So we can put down our splattered piece of craft card on the front. Okay. Oh, that moved. Didn't want to do that. And I think I pressed down too hard for it to... Oh, Colette, what are you doing? Okay, that's the best I'm going to get that because I played with it. Sorry. So hopefully yours is central. We're nearly there. And we'll put a few dobs of glue on the back of our thanks. There we go. So what we need to work on now is building everything else together. So this needs, where's my sentiments? Up here. So spectacular, I put in the middle of the poppy parade. Oh, that's dangerous, leaving that there, could it? Right, so hopefully, oh, I hope I've not just stamped on a taco. No. So we've got spectacular. What you'll notice is the sentiment says you're spectacular. And I took that from your nacho average friend. So normally, that's not really bad. Normally, I would use washi tape, but I am well and truly out. So what I'm going to do is black out bits I don't want stamped with some scraps. So that can be inked up. We can remove that. Let's remove those out of the way so I don't get ink over everything as well. And then we can have your on there. Okay. So it would have been much easier with washi tape. So if you have some, fab. If not, then that works just as well. So what you'll see is we now need to, so I layered this like this. And I have this underneath. So it kind of helps to play a layer game because that looks all right actually. So let's find some glue. And I think I may have, I'm going to hold that down there for a minute and dib a little bit on there. And then where we're spectacular, have that go over the top and bring all of it together. Okay, so it's not the, oh no, we've moved. I just realised I'm off, sorry. So there you go, as long as you're spectacular, it's kind of visible, you're laughing at that point. And then what you want to do is kind of work out where you want it on your nachos. For some reason mine's not marvellously straight, but I'll suck it up. So I put the line of glue. I wouldn't ordinarily advocate for that, but it means that you can hit it where you need to. Okay. So now that's on there. We can go around here. And be mindful, it is going to be a lot thicker than you are used to because you've got 3 layers. Oh, I trimmed the side as well. You've got 3 layers on there. Okay. And then down here. Is the same. Okay, so now, oh, wrong card. So now this will go quite nicely on here, and that's on with pads. So you can use the trimmings, or edgings rather, of your dimensionals. Because I think I kind of cause some to have palpitations with how many I'll use otherwise. I think again it's an each to their own thing. There we go. So then that goes on your card there. And you've got your tacos. You've got one that's kind of flat and one that will be up on dimensionals. So we'll have some glue on that one. Whoops, nearly. We'll have that down there. We'll have a couple of dimensionals on the back of him. I don't know why it's a him, I've decided. On there. So then, where's my pretties? So my black dots haven't arrived, but you've all got lots and lots of these pretties. So you can put as many or as few as you like on there. And then all I did to carry some bits through is with these kind of offcuts, I've chopped them to 10.5 by 1/2 millimetre. So they are real tiny trimmings. But oh, that's not even straight. Should we try that again? It's a bit better. That's not long enough. And it's just so that some of the colour, oh, that's not straight either. What on earth have I been doing? That's better. So I just need to get some Poppy Parade that's wide enough. That's only a 10. What's that? 9.5. Of course it will be. We'll have that at 10.5 too. So you don't have to do these strips. For me, it's more of a, it makes me feel better that I've carried everything through. And so I've followed them in the same colour order. I had them on the front. So saffron is at the bottom of the card. Oy. And then Poppy Parade. And the stripper DSP. This one's still not straight, so forgive me. But you don't want to watch me cut another strip, do you? So we'll go with it for now. Oh, there we go. So that's the 2 versions of our taco card, and I'll see you in a bit for the next one.